I roll on the banks when finished my chores, finding peace in the waves, caressing the shores. I fish from the time the morn's glory crowned to the time when the sun settled down. We are sons of the river, at one with the land, from the freshwater streams to the ocean so grand. We are sons of the river, wild and free, on the banks of the Miramichi. Was along the same banks I brought the love of my life, and 'twas there that I asked if she would be my wife. I held to her hand as the waves touched the shores, and swore my love to her evermore. We are sons of the river, at one with the land, from the freshwater streams to the ocean so grand. We are sons of the river, wild and free, on the banks of the Miramichi. Child and young man are gone, but the memory of those days ever lives on. I still fish her banks when the day's work is done, but now the hand that I hold is my son's. We are sons of the river, at one with the land, from the freshwater streams to the ocean so grand. We are sons of the river, wild and free, on the banks of the Miramichi. We are sons of the river, at one with the land, from the freshwater streams to the ocean so grand. We are sons of the river, wild and free, on the banks of the Miramichi.
Welcome to another edition of Mirami-histor-chi. I am actually in a classroom right now. What's this called? The Miramichi Aviation Museum? This is an aviation museum. Hard to explain because I still don't know. This is just what it looks like. I'm up on the mezzanine right now, but this is also a classroom. You guys just kind of walk if you're a student. Yeah. So I'm in a classroom right here. This is really, really cool. I cannot believe actually what I'm being shown by a friend of mine who works for the district. He has been showing me around town a little bit today, showing me some amazing things that's going on, and this is definitely one of them. So oftentimes we don't really know what goes on. This is part of there's a lot of learning going on here. Amazing technology, and what a facility. Wow. Right. What's the name of this plane?
It's called a Navion.
An Avion?
Navion.
Navion.
And it's the same assembly line as the P-51 Mustang.
Oh, wow.
It's their attempt to sell the machines after the war ended. They redesigned it into a family mover.
And this is actually in a classroom in Miramichi, New Brunswick, folks. And I'll tell you what, there's amazing things going on that a lot of people don't know, and I have been very pleasantly surprised today. This is unbelievable. You guys are doing good work. Only at Mirami-histor-chi, folks, are you guys getting experiences like this. And I'm in the best shape of my career, I must say. So Jody, what do they call you, Jody or Mr. something?
Jody, absolutely.
Yeah? So Jody's the instructor here. He's actually holding the phone, and I'll be talking to Jody further, guys, and I'm going to be learning some stuff about what he's doing. So thanks a lot. You can just... And oh my goodness. So, okay, so we start off the episode that is the Sons of the River, That is a band that consisted on the lead vocals. We had Charlie Stymus. We had Wally Jimmo. Vernon Shea. Was Vernon playing mandolin?
Yeah.
And Clarence was on the bass? Or was he guitar?
Guitar, yeah.
And, okay, so those four guys had this Irish themed band. They grew through the school system together. They were all teachers, mainly in the industrial arts sector, yes?
Yeah.
And they hung out, played music together, and then they had a fifth guy there, which was kind of a married into the family named Jordan. What was his last name? Carson. So that's Sons of the River, a Miramichi original. Clarence lives right next door to us. Very musical. And then I was at this aviation museum today, Raj. And once again, very impressed with the quality of things that are going on the river. And once again, I'm being humbled. And once again, I'm going to read a little description from David Adams Richards about an old man that he used to fish with. He's speaking about an old guy on the old fly fishing. Maybe he was your age, yeah. So David Adams Richards said he was and always will be the embodiment of a Miramichier. Proud, conscious of others, fearless within the bounds of physical environment, full of humor, and yet somewhat shy. And the reason I keep going back to that is because I'm showing the humbleness and the humility of people here. So I've been living in Vancouver where people are trying to push their thing and they're trying to show their their art or whatever, and they're trying to make it in that way. I come back to the Miramichi, I'm seeing world-class craftsmanship, creativity, and it's being done after hours in people's homes, and it's I'm being humbled day by day. Look at what's going on at the airport, Raj. That is a high school class. There's a teacher out there that's a pilot. They have simulators. I was really impressed. I got shown around today by a very capable guy, a friend of mine that works in the district. And once again, Raj, I had a great day in the Miramichi. I drove out to Chelmsford, up the southwest, and picked up a loaf of sourdough bread homemade by a woman that I found on the internet. So how was your day? Hey?
Well, just busy with this stuff here, getting it organized for a session.
And then I get to go out and have fun on the field, and the local historian is in the office documenting and doing all of the real work. So, but I'm giving credit to you, Raj, every day.
Oh, well.
I'm giving credit to you every day. What do we got here? We're starting out.
Okay, we're going to start off on the opinion.
Okay.
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 Chatham.
Well, first of all, I saw you had the year cut out on a clipping there. You had...
Oh.
Anyway, we're doing 2005. Roger Como has a shit ton of information here on 2005. He pulled out one of his beautifully designed and built trays that he made out of sheet metal that houses each year, all documented. It's really amazing work, Raj. I'm running into people now every day that are appreciating what you have done over the years.
Oh, good. Okay. So yeah, you just read their names out there.
And they all say the same thing. They say, Raj, they love this shirt. They love the fact that you have done this. But the one thing that each person says is that at times we're having a hard time here in Raj.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's going to continue that way.
Yeah, and that's, I said, too bad. Get your ear up to the camera. Okay, so we're starting off 2005. The question is, I already see one person I recognize. Who do you think would make the best Prime Minister? This is on the street in Miramichi. And Donnie Cormier says, that's hard to say. They're all the same as far as I'm concerned. I'll save this guy to the last. Mary Van Essen from Tabas and Tack. She says, I think I'll probably vote Conservative. Not that I necessarily support Stephen Harper, but I think we need a change. And Garth Taylor from the Miramichi says, well, I'd like to see Harper go in for a change. And Don Donovan from the Miramichi says, I'd like to be honest and say that I don't have an educated opinion. But if I could pick one guy, it would be Danny Williams, the Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador, and he's not even running. Yeah, Danny Williams gave a lot of money back to his province, and you know what? He funds the Newfoundland senior softball team that travels to the Nationals. That's why they're very competitive. They're all on his dollar. Okay, and Nila Baristo from Miramichi. That sounds like an Italian name. I have no idea. I don't even pay attention to politics, but we're gonna hone right in on this guy right here. He is married to the daughter of Logieville's greatest artist, Lawrence Kingston. And he says, and he's right up the street here in Logieville, I'm going to vote, but I'm not committed yet. Well, there it is, folks. Lawrence Kingston did not let anybody in 2005 know who he was going to vote for. But I'll tell you right now, he fakes left and he goes right. Because Mary Jane's a lefty, eh? She's a daughter of the Logieville's greatest artists. So Lawrence has to fake left, but he goes right.
I know it's a little blurry. This fellow's here, but all these people were honored.
Okay. Miramichi is honored for service to community. And Roger, once again, we have similar interests. We love our sports and all of that stuff, but you're always showing the value of community volunteering, putting your time in whatever way it is. Some people have to volunteer as firefighters, other people are doing other things in the community, and that's what it takes to keep a small community afloat and to keep things strong. And here is a photograph that is showing a bunch of Miramichiers that are honored for putting in service to the community, and it's a beautiful thing to show. And what do we got here for names? Volunteers awarded for their long-standing community service from left to right. Ray Gallant, Alfred Treadwell, Victoria Napke-Chenier, Matilda Murdoch, Logieville's greatest artist, and Order of Canada. Amazing Matilda. We got Frederick Moore, Sarah Sadie Matchett, Agnes Keown Lynch, and we have John McKay, Susan Butler, John Ulloch, Thomas Morris, Brian Duffy, Vincent McCarthy, Farrell McCarthy, Paul Dawson. And missing were Edna Cameron, John Dolan, and Leonard Robinson. And it's an amazing thing, Raj, when we share something like that. And thank you. These are all people that were in this photo here. Yeah. So it's very special to do that. And, again, I mentioned in an earlier episode, Raj, I was some of the research and reading that I do, and they talk about one of the things that's very important for a human's overall happiness and health is volunteering to a community. And anybody that does, anytime you help somebody, you just take 1 second to stop and remember how good it makes you feel. So we got 3 free pills that the only side effect is positive. One of them is nature. We mentioned that the other day. The other one is exercise, and then a third one would be volunteering your time. Mm-hmm. So we are turning not only from Mirami-histor-chi, so the historian, but now we're turning to medical field, and we're going to be prescribing pills. Nature, exercise, volunteering.
We have a very blurry picture here.
Okay.
It's the story that counts.
Okay, yeah. And if any of you guys are wondering, most of my wardrobe is in Vancouver. I'm here on the Miramichi after many years away, after my father's death, and yes, this is my go-to sweater on the Miramichi. So this is my biggest repeat. Okay, we have a really cool story from June 2005. The Chatham Legion takes Maritime Dart title for the 3rd time. And there are the Chatham Legioners. I know this guy right here. They took the Maritime Dart title for the third time, and the Royal Canadian Legion Branch, number 3 Chatham, composed of Freddie O'Brien, Mus Gillis, Jimmy Manderville, Paul McAvoy, and Cuffy McLaughlin is missing from the photo. I'm assuming, which Cuffy's that, Greg? Or Richard?
Richard.
Okay. And they placed first in the Maritime Championship in Petitcodiac recently for the 3rd year in a row. Good for them. And there's Freddie O'Brien, folks, a Logie Biller. And now I understand, because one of my first home runs that I ever hit was off Freddie O'Brien. I didn't realize he was such a good dart thrower, and now I understand when he was pitching, his dart playing came into his pitching, so he was just putting them right down the gut, bullseye every time. And Freddie, we're joking. We're joking. So if you see me over at TNR Sports, I'm expecting a coffee from you. Right on, Raj. What do we got? Book about Yvonne Durrell to come out in paperback next month. There it is, folks. The fighting fisherman from Bay St. Anne. He held the Canadian Light Heavyweight Championship. I don't know the years. I do know he fought Archie Moore. Did Archie Moore take it from him, or did he win that fight? I'm not sure.
No, Archie Moore took it.
But I think Archie won it, eh?
Yeah.
But the book's called The Fighting Fisherman, The Life of Yvonne Durrell. And Yvonne Durrell was, I just finished, Raj, I'll tie this in right now.
Yeah.
I just finished this book right here on the Escuminac disaster. Roger had it and gave it to me. I just read it yesterday. It was a really quick read. And Yvonne Durrell was not out on the water that day, but he was a fisherman at that time, and he was on the, he decided not to go out, and he was one of the fishermen that was impacted because many of his compatriots. Yeah. Oh, this is written by Ray Fraser.
Yeah.
Formac Publishing in Halifax is planning a March 1st paperback release of Miramichi Raymond Fraser's book, The Fighting Fisherman, The Life of Yvonne Durrell. Yvonne Durrell fought from Bay St. Anne to within a heartbeat of being light heavyweight boxing champion of the world. He was of Canada, says Formac. So Ray Fraser, thank you for your work. And you know what? If I ever saw that book floating around, I'll pick it up and read it myself.
Yep. Okay, this is Irish Association's
Oh, wow.
first social to hit. Those lads are marked there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once again, Roger Como shares with us Logieville's greatest artist right there. It says Irish Association's first social a hit. And the caption reads, Dale Whitty, Matilda Murdoch, Logieville's greatest artist, and Bannon Morrissey entertain 75 members and guests of the newly formed Miramichi chapter of the Irish Canadian Cultural Association of New Brunswick, recently gathered together for their first social. And of course she was playing, this is 2005. Excuse me, thanks for sharing, Raj. Okay, Raj, what do we got here? Variety show benefits field hockey girls. Okay, okay, so there was a benefit. I will show you the photos. There's a group of field hockey players, I think from the Miramichi region. I think they were representing New Brunswick or something like that. I will read the captions. That's what it looks like. We do know this young dame right here. That's Denise Robichaud. She is a neighbor of ours growing up. It says, a variety show was held on Sunday at the Newcastle Lions Centre to help girls representing New Brunswick in field hockey, and those girls were Darcy Leggett, Chrissy McCarthy, Megan Duffy, Denise Robichaud, Heather Duplessis, Kelty Norton, and Marley Preston. There was Highland dancers Janet Gillis and Kelty Norton. Norman Young entertained with a toe tap and fiddle music. Rebecca Howe sang, Donna Hubbard sang, and Norman Sturgeon sings in support of the girls. So right on. I wonder how they made out. I'm sure they did fine.
Oh yeah, usually a variety show gets a good turnout.
Yeah, I wonder how the girls made out in their tournament.
Well, that's probably.
I'm sure they did okay.
I think we're going to come along there somewhere.
Okay.
So these pretty well come together.
Okay.
Because Nick and.
Okay.
Yeah, so they'll start off with that one there, and then...
Okay. So on June 17th, this is the year end, James M. Hill presents year-end awards. So this is the 2005 group of students right there that took home some hardware after the end of the year. I will get to this young man right there. Okay, so showing here, recipients of James M. Hill's Distinction Awards from Nick Cummo, Crystal Corcoran, Lindsay Wormel, Tara Sipley, Holly Lee, Chrissy McCarthy, daughter of Walter. And if you want to see Walter McCarthy's wedding photo, episode number 2. Denise Robishaw and Mike Clark. Right on, Raj.
Yeah.
And then here's a close-up right here of 2 of those students. This young man right here happens to be Roger's nephew, my first cousin, the son of Leon Cummo and Nancy. And Nick is living in Halifax now. I think he's a manager of a store of some sort. I'm not really sure, no disrespect. Holly Lee and Nicholas Cummo work on their promotional video for James M. Hill. They represented the district in Dalhousie. 2 James M. Hill High School students were left speechless Wednesday as they found out they won the regional competition for video editing. Holly Lee and Nick Cummo won their James M. Hill School promotion video and will be heading for the provincial championships in Dalhousie. Well, right on, Nick. And Nick did go to Korea and taught some English over there for I don't know how long. I remember I was over there as well, so I remember him talking to me about it before he had left. So Nick is a sweethearted young man, and I haven't seen him in a while, so I hope you're doing good, Nick.
Well, this is a polished program of the Irish Festival.
Okay.
Just to show you how stylish they got.
This is 22nd Annual Irish Festival, which took place in Chatham on the Miramichi in the year 2005. Look at how well done this was. I'm sorry for the glare. Lots of things going on. I haven't been to an Irish festival in many years, Raj.
Yeah.
So I tell you what, if I'm around this summer, I'll check in. I know that they've kind of gone down in popularity.
I can read them off.
Another thing from June 28th, James M. Hill holds Tommy Girl Awards. And once again, yes, we call it the Mirami-histor-chi, but we live on the south side of the river, which is Chatham, Logieville, Nelson, Bushville, etc., Nappen. So Roger cuts out articles that were of interest to him and people that we knew through the year, he knew through the years. The James M. Hill Tommy girls hockey team recently gave out its year-end awards. The Sobeys Douglastown Individual MVP Award went to goalie Mary Rose Connell. The Outstanding Contribution on-off ice award went to Lindsay Wormel. Heather Gallant was given top scorer. Best forward, best defense award were garnered by Tara Stewart. Emily Manuel was given the most dedicated award. The most sportsmanlike award went to Denise Robishaw, while Jill DePlacy grabbed Rookie of the Year. So congratulations to the James M. Hill Girls Awards for the Tommies.
Okay. The city honors its longtime employees.
Okay, once again, for a community to be successful, to come together, we have to have people that are putting in their time and effort. And you know what, Raj? I saw this guy right here at Creative Grounds today for coffee.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know him, but I'm going to read his name.
Yeah.
Wayne Dignam. Okay, city honors its I think it was him. City honors its longtime employees. Okay? The city of Miramichi recently honored several firefighters for their years of service. We have Paul Stewart, Brian Duffy, Wayne Dignam. He has his coffee at Creative Grounds at around 10 o'clock. I saw him today. Eric Godfrey, he's a Logieviller. That deserves a lot of respect, and he gets a lot of respect from our family and the members of our community here. Kevin Williston, Oliver Guider, Roy Geeky, Sam Shirley, David Sisk, David Doyle. Well, thanks a lot, Raj, for sharing that. The good old firefighters, they deserve so much respect.
Now, probably gonna save that for later. I think there's more to it. We're gonna talk about Canada's country gentleman.
Oh, right on.
Do you know who Canada's country gentleman is?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, anybody that was watching Hee Haw back in the 80s, 70s will know who this is. Canada's country gentleman. It says, concert offers trip down memory lane. There he is, folks. The one and only Tommy Hunter. Tommy Hunter, Canada's country gentleman, will be in the Miramichi January the 12th. Tickets for the Tommy Hunter concert next month should soon be sold out to match the demand at the rest of his maritime shows. So he played at the James M. Hill Auditorium. And right on, Tommy. Did you go to that show, Raj?
Yep.
Oh, right on. How was it?
Yep. The very best.
Yes.
Yep.
I think he was on Hee Haw, wasn't he?
Well, you know, especially when people like that come into town, you
Yeah.
gotta go and check them out.
Of course.
So this is just a short episode on why things are called canard.
Okay.
This guy here, all you need is that. And
Okay.
Maybe something
Shows.
over there.
Okay, so this is from May 2005. Canard streets in both Bathurst and Miramichi, named for the Honorable Joseph Canard. And I know that he was a shipbuilder. And the Canard restaurant, Canard Street in Chatham, named after that guy right there. Joseph Canard. The Canard Room at the Miramichi Natural History Museum. Well, that's 2005. Well, that Miramichi Natural History Museum, I think, has since burned to the ground. And yeah, Canard was a shipbuilder, and he was born in 1799. He died in 1865. He was the brother of Samuel Canard, steamship line fame. He was a resident of Chatham. Joseph held vast business holdings in both Bathurst and Miramichi. And yeah, so a little bit of our history here on the old Miramichi. Oh, well.
They always call the gas bar on the road to Logieville, they always called it Logieville Irving.
Okay.
It's just
Taintville?
just a
Okay.
a picture of it when they tore it
That's the
apart.
Taintville one?
Yeah.
Okay. You're driving from Chatham into Logieville on the south side of the road, your right-hand side. You would remember that an Irving used to be there. We used to call it Hatfields. And this is when it was decommissioned in 2005. We called it the Logieville Irving, Raj says. Derek McDonald managed it. I remember the McEachran family managed it. I had some cousins that worked there. Logieville Irving decommissioned. Pictured here is the removal of one of the underground tanks at the mainway on Wellington Street near Logieville as part of the recent decommissioning of the gas station. When I was a kid on the school bus, we used to park there. All the kids that lived in behind the Irving and like I think there was a trailer park, they would have to walk and come onto the bus.
Yep.
We'd sneak in and get some mini sips or something like that before before school started.
So Dougie Underhill got this story about this young lad.
Oh, right
that,
on. From Shippigan. This guy played for the Rivermen. Ex-Rivermen defenseman. He's on Team Canada. And this is a sad story. Look how young he was there, folks. That's Luc Bourdon. He was from Shippigan. And he was a member of the World Juniors and Team Canada. He was a first-round draft choice of the Vancouver Canucks. And he was just making his way into the NHL. He was going to be a really, really good and proper NHL defenseman that was going to have a long career. And he sadly passed away in a car accident. I think he was on a motorcycle up in near the Acadian Peninsula. And Raj, I got to really respect one of my best friends in Vancouver. You know, he's a kid that grew up with season tickets to the Canucks his whole life. He's had that fortune to be able to watch it. And when the Canucks made their Stanley Cup run in, I think it was 2011, or was it not? I think it was 2011. They lost in 7 games to the Boston Bruins. And my friend, who's a pretty astute hockey mind, you know what he said the missing element was? The missing link was this guy right here. If he would have been around, he figures they would have won the Stanley Cup. Luc Bourdon, he was an excellent, excellent hockey talent, and sadly He died much too soon. Okay, here we go, folks. Sticking with our great game of hockey. Miramichi makes under 17 Team Atlantic. There he is, folks. The son of Vicky McDonald, Jim Malone, the nephew of Greg Malone, the cousin of Ryan Malone, none other than Brad Malone. May one day be on an NHL team, it says. This is 2005. He was named to the under-17 Team Atlantic. He's a big, strong forward. He is an excellent human being, very respectful. My nephew went up to visit him, to watch him play in Montreal. He took them out for dinner, treated them amazing. He's a great guy, and I know why, because his family is quite excellent.
Yeah.
Jimmy and Vicky are just top-notch people.
Okay, instead of reading these names on this hootenanny
Yeah.
for raising money,
Yeah.
you start with the names in here.
Okay. Memorial Hootenanny raises funds. How do you know you got a good community? Well, you got a good community when your local newspaper uses the word hootenanny, and everybody that goes there knows what a hootenanny is, and they, oh, I see Wally Jimmo. So, performers were Logieville's greatest artist, Matilda Murdoch, Maureen Coughlin, or do they say Coughlin? Coughlin. Owen Murdoch, which is Matilda's son, Bannon Morrissey, Bernie Wolahan, the retired five, Don Kingston, Jake Stewart, Rusty Dahl, Third Opinion, and Helen and Aubrey Stewart were among the performers. And when I see Don Kingston, is that the granddaughter of Matilda? I'm not sure, but Don Marie, if you're watching, please give me a text message to let me know. And there's Wally Jimmo, folks. He was featured on the music to begin this episode. He played accordion. He was an athlete, he was a teacher, he was a gentleman. He's actually one of my mother's favorite people. That he passed away. He passed away. Yeah, he passed away recently, and my mother, she's the biggest she was the biggest Wally Jimmo fan. He's such a nice man.
So I underline, just mention this.
Okay. Northumberland County, this is the county that Miramichi resides in. Undergrads receive UNB scholarships, and we are recognizing scholastic achievement right here, Northumberland County. So here's some students of note to Roger Como in 2005. Natasha Chavari. I don't know her.
Chevery, yeah.
Chevery?
They live up the road there.
Okay.
Forest Corner.
Okay. I see Jamie Como. That can't be me. Is it?
Well,
2005. Miramichi Arts. Tom and Parker Hickey. I did go to Korea. When I came back, I went back to university, but did I receive a scholarship? I guess so. Jennifer Flieger, Miramichi Nursing. Justin Godfrey, Miramichi Forestry. Darlene Ross, Miramichi Nursing. And we featured Darlene yesterday. She was the mother holding Canada's first baby from 1989. So yeah, it could have been me. I went to Korea, and then I went back to university to finish off my my initial degree, and I do not remember receiving any scholarship. I have no idea how that got in there. Could be.
This might show up someplace else, and we'll bypass it. So you can name off
Okay.
those guys.
Miramichi-ers inducted into New Brunswick Hall of Fame. Here they are, folks. We're going to show the photo. I will read some captions. So Miramichi-ers inducted into the New Brunswick Hall of Fame. What Hall of Fame is that? Well, I'm going to soon let you know. Builder Joseph Cook was inducted into the New Brunswick Baseball Hall of Fame by President of Baseball New Brunswick, David Watling. From left, Brian King, Joseph Cook, Ronnie Hardy, and official Francis J. McHugh were inducted into the New Brunswick Baseball Hall of Fame recently. Miramichi, right on. Ronnie Hardy, I remember as a player, he was a catcher, very fast runner. I think he was a left-handed stick, and he played a long career, an excellent athlete, and you know what? It's always proud when you're recognized into such an honor. So good for you guys.
Headline and just do that paragraph.
Okay.
Show the picture.
Bremner Firms, bigger, better than ever. I see a picture of Leon Bremner. This is out in Nappen. And it says Bremner Firms, bigger and better than ever. And Roger has some stuff underlined for me. He's been working at this last night and today. On September 20th, that just happens to be my birthday, of last year, Bremner Firms was hit by a fire that destroyed a large building located at the center of the property, containing equipment, straw, hay, and many family keepsakes. Well, that's a sad story, but straw and hay, doesn't that just sound like the perfect
Yeah.
thing for a fire to catch on to? I actually was 2005, I don't remember that.
No.
I don't remember that. So that just shows you where my mind was at the time. I was away, but
Just a little bit of debris here on
oh, right on.
one of the storms we had.
Okay, weekend storm litters Middle Island with debris. This is from October 1st, 2005. There's some photos from Middle Island. That looks like the causeway right there.
Yeah,
Full of
water
debris.
coming over the top of the island.
Water came right over the top of that, Raj says. And I'll tell you what, the kind of work I do in Vancouver a lot of the times, I would be collecting this wood. I use a lot of driftwood for my sculptures, and I like the shapes of those things, but a storm is a scary thing. The easiest way to visit Middle Island Park this weekend was by foot, as the amount of debris left on the roadway made driving there almost impossible for motorists. But Raj, we live in the Miramichi, and if you're telling me that driving across that is impossible for a motorist, then you have not been on the Miramichi for long, because I've seen there's more trucks here per capita than there are in Montana. Which brings me to my joke that I made up, and I said it once, and I'm trying to work on this. Is like, why did the Miramichi cross the road? Well, they didn't cross the road. They crossed the river to go one up the Miramichi on the other side of the river. So how's that for a bad? How's that for a terrible joke? Raj, I'm going to press pause here for a second and go
Okay.
for a bathroom break.
Okay.
Of course. Okay, we're back. And, you know, Roger's home here, very well designed. Bathroom up there. Newspaper clippings all over. The washing machine up there. I just read something on Dr. Paula Keating. She was featured in, and he's continuing. He can't stop. So we're back, folks. We have October 25th, 2005. More than 120 people attend Hotel Dieu reunion. Hotel Dieu was the hospital that was located on the Chatham side. The Miramichi Regional Hospital was the one located in Newcastle. I think in 96, those two closed shop, amalgamated into the new Miramichi
95.
Hospital. Maybe it wasn't Miramichi Regional. Maybe it was just Miramichi Hospital in Newcastle. Now it's Miramichi Regional.
Yeah.
95 or 96.
95, yeah.
So approximately 126 former Hotel Dieu hospital nurses, doctors, staff, and friends piled into the Branch 3 Legion in Chatham for a reunion breakfast on October 20th for a chance to swap stories and reminisce. And it's always wonderful when old co-workers get together and share some hugs, some laughs, some stories. And if it's for breakfast, some pancakes, bacon or sausage. And we have Joan Cripps was busy scrubbing eggs before setting down with fellow nurses from the Hotel Dieu. That's Joan Cripps right there. And now we have a special woman in this family in particular. Betty Lyons left and Jen Cook give each other a hug during the Hotel Dieu Hospital reunion breakfast. The duo are lifelong friends. That's Jen Cook. She lived very close to Roger's house here. She was the aunt of Roger's wife, Margie, and my mother, Karen. And Margie especially had a close relationship with this woman. This woman was like a mother to her for most of Margie's life. And Jen was a very kind woman. So it's very nice to see her sharing a hug with an old friend.
Yeah, she always called Jen her second mother.
Margie called Jen her second mother. And Jen would, like, if you saw Jen cook walking down the street, which I never did once in Logieville, but anyhow, if you did, and you asked her for anything that was in her pocket, she'd give it to you within 2 seconds. And I'm just joking. When I just never saw her walking around. She was always a little on a different route than I was.
Yep.
But yeah.
This is a new group.
Okay.
A bunch of musicians get together.
Okay, the Miramichi weekend, folks. A new creation CD launch helps impoverished children. And this, folks, is a bunch of Miramichiers getting together, sharing their passions, playing music. It is also free medicine, listening to music. So what do we got for free medicine? Nature, exercise, volunteering, and music. Those are free pills. The only side effects are positive. And what do we got for names? Intimate and interactive. New creation members. Gerald Morrison, Edison Russell, Al Fraser, Omer Pino, and Jimmy Cunningham. The crowd gathered to hear their songs from their new CD. It looks like it's an Irish kind of themed band. I could be wrong about that. I see a mandolin, I see some guitars, and a harmonica for sure. So what else do I see there? I see a keyboard. There's a lot of, there's a bass right there. But anyway, I don't know those guys, and I hope I come across a CD, so we'll feature it on an episode of Mirami-histor-chi if I come across it.
Now, anybody got this coin in their pocket or their wallets? This is the year that was came out.
Okay, 2005 minted memorial. Some people love their coins. Roger showed me some of his old silver dollars up there the other day. And there it is, folks. In 2005, Second World War veteran Howard Sayo and Royal Military College cadet Ben Lawson unveiled the 25-cent piece honoring veterans yesterday at Royal Military College in Kingston, Ontario. Right on. There it is.
Okay, just
Okay.
read that and then lean off the player.
Okay, so this is the 2005 edition of the Midget AAA Riverman. The Yamaha Riverman coach is optimistic for the new season. Coach Sean Wood is optimistic about the 2005-2006 season. We showed Sean Wood before he started coaching. I think it was 96 was his first year. I know he won the title in 97. We'll get to that at some point. There's the group from 2005 of the Miramichi Midget AAA Yamaha Riverman. And we will read the roster. Who do we recognize here? This is my first time. So we got Maxime Levesque, Patrick Loudon, however they would pronounce it, Brendan Shepard, Doug Doyle, and Doug spelled his name with 2 G's. Maybe it's a misprint, maybe not. Pierre Paul Roussel, Daniel Godin. We have Bernie Keating, he was the manager. He was my old principal in Dr. Logier Middle School. Rémy Blanchard, Tyson Donovan, Patrick Langtang. I haven't recognized one name yet, except for Bernie Keating. Danny Robichaud, Michael Ward, Tyler McCormick. Matthew Milson I do recognize. He's a Chatham boy. Mitchell Hare. We have Stephen Davis, the trainer. I know Stephen. Front row was Nathan Dunnett, Julien Roussel, Greg Keating, Bernie's son. He was the equipment manager. Daniel Bosk, Josh McCormick, Gary Ryder was the assistant coach. I know Gary. He was a former goaltender at UNB. Matthew Loben, John Murdoch, and missing was Stuart Tozer and Sean Wood, the coach. Clary Hale and Bev Bond. And Gary Ryder was a great guy, Raj. He's my age. He played a really good athlete, unassuming, a great guy. I remember one time we had a game, an intramural game, and we didn't have a goalie. Nobody was going to go in net. Gary Ryder gave me his equipment. I strapped the pads on, and I was pathetic. I flinch. I hated it, and I'll never play net again.
Well, one paragraph, and she's a native here of Logieville.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it's all her story.
Oh, wow. Carol Esty. Chamber of Commerce optimistic for the future. That's the headline. We're not going to probably get into the article, but that's Carol Esty. And Carol is she the daughter or the former wife of Jack? Daughter of Jack Esty, who was a major benefactor to our little village here in Logieville.
And they now live in Moncton.
They live in Moncton, right. Okay, it has been a busy year to date with membership higher than it has ever been and still increasing. In January, we had a terrific coming together of 3 business groups when we held our first joint annual general meeting with historic Water Street Business District and downtown Miramichi Business Network. So Carol Esty, and she used to have little yoga classes over in her house.
Yep.
Her house on the near the fire hall, beautiful designed beach house.
Yep.
But she used to hold the old little yoga classes, and some Logieville women would go over and meet up. And my mother, I think, went a couple times.
So we have a full page of
Okay.
new credit union.
The new credit union, folks, since 1938, a new branch opening December 2005 at 372 Water Street. Ladies and gentlemen, Roger Como has not thrown anything away since 1947. There is the opening of a new credit union, Beaubear Credit Union in the Miramichi, and it was... My God, I can't visualize this. Where is this?
I was in Chatham Head.
Oh, it's in Chatham Head.
Right by the
Okay.
garage up there.
Oh, yeah. So it's up in Chatham Head, and there's some construction pictures of it. And, you know, they took out a full-page ad, so obviously, you know, they had money to do so.
Oh, yeah.
Another one. Miramichiers treated to... This is from 2005. Miramichi is treated to big country music show. There she is again, folks, the legendary Matilda Murdoch, Logieville's greatest artist, playing her beautiful instrument. And we're still waiting to get that episode going of all things Matilda. So Matilda Murdoch once again wowed the crowd with her fiddle playing during the October 2nd concert for the Miramichi Traditional Country Music Hall of Fame. And we also had board of directors were Legion Hall branch number 10, pictured here from left, are Bill Mullen, he's the founder, Nigel Mullen, vice president, Ted Ross is the secretary treasurer, and Ron Gaston is the president. Very excellent right there, folks. And there's Matilda. And I'll tell you what, guys, if you guys go to YouTube, type in Matilda Murdoch and listen to, there's some things on there. Very special artists. It's worthwhile.
So Dougie on the Hill did a story up on this great hockey player that we lost.
Okay. Miramichi loses good man, good athlete. This guy, Jimmy Wood. And there's a nice write-up on a Miramichi man, Jimmy Wood. I don't know this guy. This is an obituary. Many Miramichiers are mourning the recent passing of Jimmy Wood, one of Miramichi's better athletes. Wood died of heart failure after suffering a long bout with emphysema. And I'll read one more paragraph. Wood was well known both on the ice and on the baseball fields of the area. Perhaps Gary Dunnett, a longtime friend of Wood's, said it best. Okay, one more. The Wood family is an icon name in Miramichi sports.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy was a big part of that in hockey. He's one of the best ever cornermen I've seen. He was so consistent. He never had a bad game. The rest of us would maybe have a good game now and then, but Jimmy always seemed to excel. Yeah, hey, if you're playing hockey and you got a forward like that just... Those guys that had that stamina, that never took a game off. Those guys are so valuable.
Yeah.
And okay, so Wood also played baseball with the Douglastown Combines in the Miramichi Valley Baseball League for many years. He was a second baseman and an excellent hitter with a good eye at the plate. Dunnett. What Dunnett are we talking about? Is it Mike? Dunnett noted that unlike the reputation of his brothers, Huey, Larry, and Mike, Jimmy was a good base stealer. So we got, just a second here. I'm going to find what Dunnett it was. If it was Mike or Mark, or maybe it wasn't one of those. But anyway, this guy's brothers were obviously slow.
Yeah, well, they were talented hockey and baseball people.
Yep.
Family there. And Larry's 83, and I was playing hockey with him last year.
With who, his brother Larry?
Larry, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rod, you've been playing hockey. This year was your first year off in a long time, eh?
I hung them up this year, yeah.
You hung them up at what age? 75?
76.
76 years old, and that was your last. Did you have the skates on once this year?
No.
That's it, eh? Do you miss it?
Well, I guess so, but
You're dancing.
yeah, I'm dancing. I traded my skates into dancing shoes.
Oh, right on. Well, I can tell you this didn't happen. Moncton firm to build French Fort Cove Eco Center, and
That's just a drawing.
there's the rendering of it. This is 2005. We are in the year 2024, and I don't see any Eco Center over there.
Oh yeah.
Is it?
Oh yeah, it's a curling center.
Oh, the curling center.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Yeah, that's what they...
I'll read it. Groundbreaking on the new French Fort Cove Eco Center is expected to take place this fall. The design and construction of the building were awarded to the tricolored... Okay, that's the new curling. I was driving by today.
That mightn't be quite that there.
No, but it's similar.
Yeah.
I was driving by today, Raj, and on King George Highway,
Yeah.
and it was the Newcastle Market today. So the Newcastle Market, Farmers Market, is, I think it's on Fridays from 10 to 2 over at that Eco Center, the Curling Center by French Fort Cove. So I was once since I've been home. They closed it up for the winter months, and now I think they're back at it.
Yeah.
So I'll go back. Oh, right on. In 2005, I see the vice principal at James M. Hill High School already in this photo from almost 20 years ago. Tuesday, September 13th, 2005, the Chatham Bantamay Ironmen win silver. There is the squad, folks. The classic Chatham Ironman uniforms with the red, the white pants, the blue hats. Everybody knows it in the province. We've won many, many provincial titles, national titles, Atlantic titles, maritime titles over the years. On this team, Bantamay, 2005, we have Kaylin Wilson, Matthew Williston, Bryce McDonald, Zach Robishaw, Denny McAllister, Paul Daly, Nick Hart, Corey Esty, Ross Wilson, Jose Robishaw, Matt Waldriff, Alex Cripps, Darcy Cormier, Dennis Gauvin, Kevin McDonald, John Waldriff, and missing were Corey Jones. And so I'm wrong about the vice principal of James M. Hill being in this photo. I mistook that. My apologies.
Yeah.
Mr. Bose is not there.
No. I had this picture here, but it's also
wow.
on here, so it's, that's Wally, and
Oh, right on.
they're all known people.
Oh, wow. So this is 2005. I remember when Katrina struck. So there was a Katrina concert that raised $8,600. Remember the old hurricane that came in New Orleans and just devastated the Gulf and the city? And there's some photos of a benefit concert. There's Mr. Wally Jimmo, the great Wally Jimmo, athlete, musician, teacher, family man, community man, gentleman, all of those things. And who did we have here? We had Ann Arthur, Ruth Gillis, and Susan Butler, of course. Susan, and then we had Don Ryan. He was playing some fiddle. We had the MLA John Foran, and we had Frank Gallivan, and of course the before mentioned Wally Jimmo. Okay, where are we at here for time? We're close, maybe. We'll be doing a couple of episodes on 2005. This guy here, the local historian Roger Cummo, has a lot of stuff, folks.
Well, this takes us back a little bit here.
Oh wow. This is from the September 23rd. That's John Saunders' birthday, folks. The legendary catcher for the Chatham Ironmen, John Saunders. Hit for power, hit for average, leader, catcher, called a great game. And this is the Canadian Girls in Training celebrating 90 years in Miramichi. I still don't know what this is going to be about. I'm just reading a headline. There they are, folks. I'm going to read this right now, and it says, all former and present Canadian girls in training and leaders are invited to attend the organization's 90th anniversary celebration in Miramichi. Canadian girls in training, what does that mean? Oh, the CGIT. Oh, the CGIT girls. Wasn't it Catholic? No. Oh, CGIT, Canadian Girls in Training. Yep. Millbank Canadian Girls in Training, June 1965. We had Janet Godfrey. Now she turned into a savage.
Yeah, just read the whole...
Debbie Stewart Kennison, Gail Stewart, Joan Oldfield Ross, Barbara Morrison, Violet Clark Russell, Judy Russell Mason, and we had Hattie Burke McDonald and Jacqueline Carruthers Ross. Well,
so Hattie Burke, that's Peggy's sister.
Hattie Burke, Peggy LeBritton,
yeah.
And one of Logieville's beautiful women, Peggy LeBritton. Do you know which one she is there? Can you pick her out?
Oh, back here.
Back row, that's her.
Yeah.
And there she is, Hattie Burke. That's Peggy LeBritton's sister right there, folks. Any Logieviller knows. There she is right there, Peggy LeBritton. Peggy's such a lovely woman. And shout out to her husband, Blair LeBritton.
Okay, here's an interesting article here on the Chatham Pee Wee AAA Ironman. They went to the Nationals, and their second baseman was a second All-Star.
Oh, wow.
Baseman.
Okay, I like it. Chatham Pee Wee AAA Ironman captures 6th place at the Nationals. And this is 2005. I'll read the roster first. Roger Cummo sharing great stories with us. There they are. 6th place at the Nationals, a Pee Wee team from the Chatham. On that roster, Raj, they had Mark Cripps, David, also known as Pi O'Reilly, Mel Aterio, Kevin Russell, Nick Flieger, Emerson Savage, Cole Thomas, Cody Billings, Blair Henry, AJ Goss or Gossi. The head coach was Scott McKay. We had Ray Russell, Jarrett Ames, Tanner Henry, Dustin Chase, Jamie Mahaney, Joey Martin, Christina Kelly, Ronnie Dixon, Tyler McKay, and Jordan Cripps. And we had some all-star selections here, folks. 2 players right there. Look at this group. Look at that tandem right there. And we have Nick Flieger was chosen first-team all-star, first base. And he was tied for the most doubles with 5 for the tournament and was chosen most sportsmanlike for his team. And we had Christina Kelly, folks, was chosen second-team All-Star, second base. This was the first time a female made the All-Star roster at this level of ball. There she is, Christina Kelly. I wonder if she has gone on to play more sports in her career right now. This is 20 years ago. I'd be interested in knowing that, Raj. Yeah. So if anybody knows that out there, let me know. Uh-oh, I see a Logieviller coming up.
Well, if anybody... Anytime there's people in Logieville going to town, they're going to see this guy walking.
Yes, they are. And he'll wave at you if you honk. And he doesn't look. He just raises his hand up. This is from September. It says, Herbie Jenkins is back with a big exclamation point. This man is an absolute gentleman. He always has a smile on, a very, very authentic and wonderful man. Burt McIntyre, along with management and staff of Miramichi Chrysler Dodge Jeep, are thrilled to announce that Herbie Jenkins is back with their sales team. Come on in today and make Herbie feel at home. So in other words, come on in today and buy something from Herbie Jenkins, is what they're saying. So Herbie, right on. I look forward to having a conversation with you soon.
Well, I think maybe this article
Okay.
there will tell everything about
Okay.
the league.
Well, right on, Raj. And you know what? You know what? I think this is how we're gonna close out part 1.
Okay.
Or do you got one more for us?
No, that'd be good.
Okay, we're gonna close out part 1 of 2005 with this right here, and it says, "Oh, lucky day, folks." And here we go. Lucky, lucky, lucky. It's not a rabbit's foot. It is a horseshoe, and you can obviously kind of grasp what's going on here. This is, I tell you what, a horseshoe tournament is always an excellent time. Roger and my father, Ronnie, they introduced us to the horseshoe culture. We played, I didn't play so much. They were good. I really do enjoy it though, Raj. Roger has a shoe where he stands and shoe. He doesn't take a step. My father always took a step. My father had a weird spin on his horseshoe. Nobody can really duplicate it. And it says, "Everybody duck." Ray Russell reacts to some good-natured teasing from an opposing team player while playing a round of horseshoes at the Chatham Head Horseshoe Field. Russell and the other Chatham Head Horseshoe League players are gearing up for their annual playoffs, which will take place on September 18th and will reveal the best horseshoe team in Miramichi. According to Russell, having fun what it's all about, but if you're in the finals and it's close, do you think they're thinking about having fun? Nope. You want to win. To find out more about the league, turn to page A4. So we had Raymond Malley, members of the Chatham Head Horseshoe League. Mike Arsenault gets set to give his horseshoe a toss. And Paul Cummo watches to see where his horseshoe is. Who's Paul?
Well, that's comes over across the river there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't know those guys.
Meat marketplace.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So we had Ray Russell and Mike Arsenault. So this is Mike Arsenault right here. Ray Russell. It's a very good time. These guys are outside. Horseshoes is great because you're getting sand into your fingers. You're out breathing in some fresh fall air. There's Raymond Malley right there, folks. Raymond Malley. And you know what, Raj? Hold that there for 1 second. I know this is not the this is not the right year because we already did 2005. But like, okay, so I'll just show you that I was not lying about us being a horseshoe family. Roger and my father Ronnie competed in many tournaments over the years here in the Miramichi. And they were usually playing softball and baseball or softball in the summertime. But what they did was they took home this is one of their most favorite awards that they won. It is, and this is not from the year we already did. This is from '99, in commemoration of Nordine Rec Center's 25th anniversary, which opened in '74, and this was a 1999 tournament. The horseshoe pitch. First place, Ronnie and Roger Cummo. They always speak about this trophy. They love it. It's one of their favorite creations. And I'll tell you what, if you're out there and you haven't played horseshoes in your life and you're kind of wanting to do it, then you just befriend me around the Miramichi over these next months because we're going to get the horseshoe pits going this summer out here. We're going to have some fun. Okay?
Well, we'll see.
Are you looking forward to that?
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, Raj, we're going to shut her down right there. Roger is dog sitting. He's a puck hog, a dancer, a historian, and a dog sitter. And we're going to go attend to the dog. But we're about an hour here, Raj.
Yeah.
And we're going to go up and we'll do part 2 of 2005 in the near future. Yeah. So thanks again, Raj, for sharing all of this information with us. And you know what? We didn't even get to our sponsors, so that is next time. Sorry about that, Corey at Wishworks at the Core Store, and Amanda Como, fine artist extraordinaire.